Oh, we're joined now in the studio by Dame Louise Casey, who wrote a report for the government on community cohesion and extremism in 2016. Thank you very much for coming in. Is Sara Khan the right person for this job?
Yes, and to be fair, whoever was appointed to this job, no matter who they were, was going to face a barrage of criticism and probably in many areas of the country, people going, thank God somebody's in the job and we're cracking on. So, I mean, I actually think some of this is incredibly unedifying. You know, if only powerful Muslim women and non-Muslim women would come together and get behind the Extremism Commission and behind Sara Khan's appointment, that would be a much better way forward. The woman hasn't even started yet. And, you know, when Baroness Vazi was appointed, she herself took some criticism from the same sort of cohort at that time. I wish she was on side and supporting and making this work, because whoever's in the job
her
is going to get criticism.
That Sara Khan isn't able to be independent enough from government because she's been so close to the Home Office in the past. Is there any substance?
I just find that extraordinary, really. But, you know, Sara Khan, have her on. I mean, she's her own woman, and she will say exactly what she thinks needs to be done. She's fearless. She's fearless around politics. She's fearless around, frankly, some of the stuff she has had to put up with.
We did try and get her on today, but she wasn't available. But
I'm a poor substitute. But, I mean, the fact of the matter is that it's just not right on the day. You know, a long process will have been gone through. This will have had ministerial support and commitment. I would imagine it's an appointment made very much by the Home Secretary. You know, we need to get behind this and leave aside all this personality stuff. It's not where we need to be. There's a job that needs to be done. Sara Khan's got the job. I think she'll do it really well. We should be behind her and supporting her.
Peter Hitchens?
I'm sorry, I just can't really support the idea that there should be a government official tasked with dealing with extremism. The word extremism has no objective meaning. It's no business of the government to define any opinion as extremism or to have people operating to try and stamp it out. If people commit crime, then they should be prosecuted for it and they should be punished if convicted. But the whole idea of a government having opinions on people's opinions is repulsive to me, and I'm amazed that we can sit here discussing it in a country that has until recently been reasonably free. It's simply not the job of the state to have any business interfering in what people think. What they do is another matter. As incitement to violence is another matter. But if we accept this, then it's not at all inconceivable that within not a very long time I could be classified as an extremist and subject to government investigation and supervision and who knows what else. I really am amazed at the way in which people give up the liberties which it took centuries in this country to obtain.
OK, well, let's let Louise Casey address that. I mean, is this a commission into looking into what people think, or is it about what they do?
Well, I'm not a government official anymore.
No, you're not, but we're discussing the appointment of one, aren't we?
And Sara Khan, to date, has not been a government official. I think it would be crazy to think that we don't have a problem in this country of the extreme far right getting more extreme, getting more members. It would be crazy to think that we don't have people in this country that right now, as we sit here, think that the young girls that died in the Manchester Arena bombing attack had it coming to them. That actually, you know, in the name of something, that actually that was an acceptable way, and people think
that.
Acceptable. And
hang on. Let me finish. I don't know what you mean by acceptable.
Because one of the things that we do in all other areas of crime is that we prevent it. In all other areas of crime,
but we don't have laws about what people think in this country.
It's not laws about what people think. It's about kids growing up.
What do you mean by acceptable then?
What I mean about acceptable is when, you know, there are young people that are growing up and actually start talking in classrooms and with their friends about things that we would find are very, very close to what is criminal. And that if that was around, I mean, we're in at the moment some sort of constant furore over the boundaries between what's acceptable conduct for men in public life and in private life, and where they transgress those boundaries. I don't see anybody questioning that debate. Well, you might, Peter, but I don't see other people.
I question any menace to freedom of speech and thought, because these things were very dearly bought and they're very easily lost, and they're usually very easily lost on a strong emotional tide, such as the one which you've just been expressing, of how these people have disgusting opinions. I think a lot of people's opinions are disgusting, but I think they then must be challenged in open debate, that it is not the job of the state to prosecute people for what they think. It comes to that, what they say, short of incitement. And although we do not have a First Amendment in this country, I think we should practice as far as possible the rules which follow from that, which is you can say what you like, short of shouting fire in a crowded theatre, falsely. And I think we should stick to that. And I'm amazed at the way in which, particularly on the pretext of fighting terrorism, which actually the government isn't very good at, we introduce laws and procedures which are actually based on the idea that there are certain things you're not allowed to think.
Okay, all right. Well, we understand what you think about that, Peter. Now, Louise, you were also director at the Home